Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to the top 10 animals that kill the most Americans. Now, America has a lot of wildlife, a lot of animals. Like, this isn't the UK. We don't really we have foxes, we have, squirrels. That's about it, to be honest. We don't have much wildlife. Whereas in America, you guys have got bisons, you've got snakes, crocodiles, alligators, all sorts of spiders. It's incredible, and a lot of these animals are obviously quite dangerous. So like this list here, obviously as someone who wants to go on quite a long trip to the US at some point later this year, I want to know what I need to avoid. So yeah, this should be quite a fun video, quite an informative video to watch. So let's do it.
Have you ever looked at your cat, dog, or goldfish and thought, you know what? One of these days, that thing's gonna kill me in my sleep. Well, that happens more often than you think. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to World According to Briggs. Today, we're looking at the deadliest animals in the United States.
Is that a crocodile or an alligator? I can't really tell from the front. Maybe it's an alligator.
States. One of the most Googled searches when it comes to animals is how many people are killed by certain animals each year. Most people are shocked to find out how many people are actually killed by animals. I know number 1, number 3 on this list kind of blew me away. I was also surprised of a few that didn't even make this list. Yeah, some of the ones you think are out killing people like every weekend, they're not even on this list. It happens so rarely. All right, let's see what'll kill you in the United States. Number 10, sharks. The chances of being killed by a shark are very slim. They're about the same as being strangled by a man in high heels using a feathered boa. Not kidding at all. Look it up. It's actually safer to swim in the ocean than to mock a man doing a drag rendition of Girls Just Want to Have Fun. 1.5 people are killed every single year by sharks. That means over 10 years.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot. 1.5 people.
Years, it averages about 1.5. Some years got 2, some years got 1. You get the idea. But on the other side of that coin, humans kill over 1 million sharks a year. Usually it's for the shark fin trade. Apparently in parts of Asia, that's considered a delicacy or some kind of herbal medication type thing. I don't know. But people are killing about 1 million sharks a year.
1 million sharks a year? That's really sad, because, you know, movies like Jaws make it seem that, you know, sharks are out here killing people by the millions, but we're the actual people that are, you know, decimating them.
Number 9, bears. We all love bears. I mean, who didn't have a teddy bear when you were a kid? You grow up thinking these things are nice, warm, fuzzy, and you get to cuddle with them. And if you're old enough, you remember Yogi Bear. He was nothing but fun. He just wanted a picnic basket. But actually, he's not after your picnic basket. He's after whatever he could get his hands on to eat, which in some cases may include you.
Man, that thing is huge. Look at the size of him. Whew.
Most of the time, they're very skittish and prefer not to confront humans, but when cornered, they will attack and they will kill you. One bear you definitely never want to be around is a mother bear who's got cubs. She'll attack you. Most other bears will just, sense you, see you, and leave the area. 1.5 people are killed each year by bears in the United States. That includes Alaska, too, which I know it's not part of the contiguous United States, but it is the United States. Number 8, venomous snakes. Yeah, I say venomous because not many people die from a garter snake.
This has got to be at least 50 people a year, surely. At least. Because not everybody that gets bit is going to have access to anti-venom, right?
Snake. Actually, there's this area right up the hill from me. We got this nature park, and I went to this little area that's a pond type area.
Wow.
And I was kind of looking at it, and I looked at the other side of the bank, and it was moving. There had to be over 100 garter snakes there. I know there are garter.
It is pretty though, isn't it? Look at the color and the pattern.
Garter snakes, because some other older dude was there watching it with me, and he said, yeah, those are garter snakes, and they kind of hatch here. Thousands of people are bitten by snakes every year, but don't die due to medical treatment. The ones that do die are usually because they couldn't get to the medical treatment. Maybe they're out in the woods, they didn't take any supplies with them, and they couldn't get to a hospital or a clinic or anything like that on time. According to the University of Florida, fewer than 1 in 37,000 people are bitten by venomous snakes each year in the U.S. Venomous snakes kill 6.2 people every single year.
Less than I thought.
Number 7, spiders. Yeah, everyone's favorite. Nobody likes a spider, especially me. I was bit by a black widow when I was in the military on my face, and it left a little scar. Not bad, but luckily I was right there with medics, and so they got me to the TMC, as they called it, and they gave me some injections on my face. They thought it was going to be a pretty big scar. It turned out not being a big deal. The 2 most venomous spiders in the US are the brown recluse and the black widow spider. The bites are treated with anti-venom, and people survive most of the time. As you know, because they're so small, spiders are going to be more afraid of you than you are of them. But they do...
Oh, look at it. I've never seen a spider like from this angle before. Look at the eyes, man. Kind of creepy.
defend themselves, so that's when you get bit, especially if you're sticking your hand places you shouldn't be, or you sleep in a shed that you shouldn't be sleeping in when you're in the military. Yeah, that happens. 7 people each year are killed by venomous spiders in the US. Number 6. Fire ants. This is the first one that blew me away. I had no idea fire ants killed anyone until I researched this. Fire ants are extremely aggressive and they will attack you. No other ants do this. They actually come after you. They mainly live in the southern US. And I remember drill sergeants, because I went to basic training in Georgia. I remember the drill sergeants warning us about fire ants and things like that. I saw them. I didn't know they actually...
Are they called fire ants because of their color? Like typically ants are black, aren't they, or like a dark brown, whereas these are kind of like a goldy, orangey, kind of resembles fire type color.
Actually killed people. Most of the people that do die go into anaphylactic shock because of the many stings, but some people just get red bumps and it goes away on its own and you don't need anything. But obviously, if you see a whole bunch of fire ants someplace, don't set up camp there, don't sit down, don't relax, don't set up a sleeping bag,
Run.
Don't get drunk and sit on an anthill. Stupid stuff like that will get you killed by fire ants. Fire ants, on average,
These numbers are way lower than I thought. Way lower.
kill 9 people every year. Number 5, wild boars. Yeah, who saw this one coming? Well, I kinda did. I own a pig. Sure, she's not a wild boar. She's supposed to be a mini pig. Not a teacup pig, but apparently a mini pig. And that is a lie. They don't stay mini. A mini pig is basically a puppy. As they get bigger, they become a full-grown pig, and they become the loudest thing you own. Really, you could own a Harley, and I promise you, my pig is louder when she's not getting her way. That includes not getting her apple on time in the morning, and she does this thing where she charges you. She doesn't bite you, she just bumps you with her head or her snout. So that's why I could see wild boars killing people, because they got those gnarly tusks sticking out the side. And wild boar attack unprovoked. They're trying to maim you as soon as they do. They try and cut your legs with their tusks. I watched this whole thing on them. They actually go for an animal or a person's legs to immobilize them or make them so they can't run away. And
Yeah, because pigs are quite smart. I heard that a pig, a typical pig, grown-up one, has the intelligence of like a 3-year-old child. Isn't that crazy?
then they attack once you fall over. It's pretty weird. They do kill a bunch of people here in the US every year, but it's not nearly as bad in the US as it is worldwide. There were actually more fatal pig attacks worldwide than shark attacks in 2013. Now, also, the United States, we don't get that many shark attacks compared to places like Africa and stuff. They get a bunch. But yeah, more pigs killed people than sharks did in 2013. 9.5 people are killed every year by wild boars in the US.
Wild boar, I imagine, you know, people must eat it, right? Because it's basically a pig. Does the meat taste any different to, you know, normal bacon or ham? Does it have like a different flavor? Maybe is it leaner?
Number 4, cows. Yeah,
No
the thing that gives us milk,
way.
steak, and leather masks with zippers for mouths. Yeah, they kill people.
Cows?
They're killing people at a rate that is more than once a month. Just to put you at ease, though, there aren't roving herds of homicidal dairy cows cruising around the United States. Most of the deaths occur on dairy
Like, moo.
and cattle farms. Occasionally, some will find their way onto the highway and get hit by vehicles. That sucks for a cow if it gets hit by a truck, but it's deadly for someone on a motorcycle or maybe a Prius. A bull can weigh up to 2,400 pounds, and a female cow can weigh up to 1,200 pounds. You hit one of those in a Prius, you got airbags going off and pumpkin spice lattes all over what's left of your windshield because Bessie the cow came through the driver's side of the windshield and crushed you, ironically, against your cow pattern seat covers. More than 20 people are killed a year by cows.
Wow.
Number 3, dogs. Yeah, man's best friend isn't always cool with that arrangement. Any dog can kill you, not just pit bulls or Rottweilers. If you've got a damaged dog owner that doesn't train their dogs properly, you've got a very damaged dog usually that can be unpredictable. I had a couple boxers that would get pretty aggressive if I raised my voice to my kids. Yeah, they don't like it at all. I think those two had plans for me if I ever dished out a spanking, to the kids at least. I think they would have been cool if it was a consenting adult. I mean, I think they were into that. But most dog attacks come without warning or reason. It's not like you gotta hit a dog for him to attack you. Some of them, like I said, are unpredictable because they had bad trainers. I'm not gonna get all into it because I know there's a bunch of dog people out there that all kinds of intricate little facts and studies they know about because that's their life, and they're gonna question everything I say about this. But the hard fact is, dogs kill 28 people a year on average. Number 2, bees, wasps, and hornets. They say that if all the bees die, the earth dies. If you've ever been stung by a bee, you'd be okay with that for a couple hours after the sting. I mean, it hurts, you're mad, you don't care if the bees die.
In all seriousness though, I have heard from a few people that if we are not more careful about how we manage bees and their environments, we would be literally toast. It would be the end of us, because I think bees are like a critical component of how food and stuff like that is grown or something. I'm not a scientist, but yeah, I've heard they're really important.
I got stung by a bee sitting in a dugout of a Little League game when I was 7 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was painful.
Wow, look at that honeycomb though.
Couldn't stand it. I'm not allergic, so I didn't die. Hornets and wasps sting you too. I've never been stung by one, but I heard it's even worse. They had killer bees that were supposed to kill us all in the 80s. I don't know whatever happened to those dudes, but they never really showed up. Then you got the Africanized bees that showed up recently, last couple of years, I guess. Killed some people, but not as many as they said were going to.
What is that? Is that nectar?
I mean, I thought we were all going to be dying in droves from these Africanized bees. Never really. But most people that are killed by bees had an allergic reaction and didn't get medical attention quick enough. A lot like the spider bites and the venomous snakes. If you don't have some sort of allergy to stings like that, you're going to be fine. It's just painful and it's annoying, as we all know. But 58 people on average die a year from bees, wasps, or hornets.
It's a sizable number.
All right, before we get to number 1, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Also, we have another channel called On This Day.
Number 1. What do I think is number 1? Bison? Moose? Wolf? Maybe wolf?
If you haven't been to that one, there'll be a link down below, along with some other videos that you might be interested along these lines of this video. All right, on to number 1. And number 1, deer. Yeah, you heard me right, deer. Bambi's out killing people.
It's got to be crashing into them, right? Yeah.
Just when you thought it was safe to go for a nice walk in the forest, you find out
such a beautiful animal, though. Look at that.
Deer are killing people, and they're killing quite a few. Deer cause the most human deaths per year of any animal in the United States. Now, how does this happen? Well, they cause tens of thousands of car accidents every single year because they blindly jump into the road. You know, their parents aren't telling them to stay out of the street. My mom told me that all the time. I almost got hit by several cars, and my mom still warned me. These guys are getting no parental guidance whatsoever when it comes to running across the highway. I mean, you see the signs all the time warning you that these deers have no common sense. They just run right out in front of you. And then the headlights hit them and they freeze. When headlights are moving towards you, shouldn't your natural reaction be to get the hell out of the way? Not for deers, they got their own agenda. Yeah, but more than 200 people die every single year because of deer. They have the occasional one that maybe dies because it got hit in the woods or it got gored by their antlers. So, you know, male one ran them down or something weird like that. That happens very, very rarely. Almost all of them are because of car accidents caused by deer. Weird.
Wow. Wow, I would never ever have guessed that deer would be the number 1 animal that kills the most people. I would have thought crocodiles or something like that. You know, deer? Like, but then it makes sense because, you know, if a deer, you know, jumps out, if you're doing, I don't know, 50, 60 miles an hour and a deer jumps out at you and it crashes through you, yeah, you could get gored by that antler. So it does make a lot of sense. And yeah, like I mentioned at the start of the video, America has a lot of wildlife. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.